Hello everyone. Welcome to this video on the Sparkline report item. Sparklines are small, simple charts that can be used to show trends and changes in data over time. Different types of Sparkline charts include line, area, and column. You can use these Sparklines to make your bland data look better, though they have limited functionality compared with traditional charts. Despite that, they can be more informative than other chart types because of their simplicity. Due to their compact size, Sparklines are mostly used in tables, matrices, or lists to show trends in a series of values without taking up too much space. In this video, we will see how to add a Sparkline report item inside a table report item in RDL reports, and how to change the properties for the Sparkline report item. First, let's create a new report. Create a new report and name it Sparkline report. You can see how to create your first report in another video. I have provided a link to it in this video's description, for your convenience. Second, let's create a data set to assign the data in the Sparkline. Create a new data source, name it Sales Details using the SQL data connector. And click the Connect button. Create a new data set and name it Sales Dataset. Click the Finish button. The data set will be created. I have provided the link for a video on creating a data source and data set using the SQL data connector, as well as the documentation link for SQL queries in the video's description. Let's start configuring the product and sales amount data in a table report item. Drag a table report item from the item panel into the design surface. We'll configure the header text and data for each column. To set the header text content, let's focus on the first cell in the table report item. And enter the column header text in the content property. You can see the header text is assigned in the correct cell. Then we can assign the required fields in each table cell. Since we are going to show the total sales amount in the table, we need to change the expression. Click on the sales amount data cell. Click the icon next to the content property. And select expression. The expression dialog will open. Change the expression by adding the sum aggregate expression to it. And click the OK button. You will see the expression is changed in the data cell. Since we are displaying the sales amount in currency, we need to change the format. Click the icon next to the format option. The format dialog will open. Change the type field value to currency. And the decimal places value to 0. Enable the Use 1000 separator option. And click the OK button. You will see the currency format is applied in the format text box. Change the width of the column as required. Select the data row. Under the row group, click Details. Under the Basic Settings category, click Set Groups. The grouping dialog will open. Click Add. Click the drop-down icon near the Group by property. The fields in the data set are displayed. I select the English product subcategory field. And click the OK button. We also have a set of properties to customize the table UI. Select the header row. In the Properties pane, under the Basic Settings category, change the font to Sego UI. And the font style to bold. Under the Alignment category, choose Center for text alignment. And Middle for vertical alignment. Under the Appearance category, change the background color property to teal. For better visibility, under the Basic Settings category, change the font color to white. Format and align the second row the same way. And thus, I have customized the table. Let me preview the report by switching to preview mode. You can see the product details and the total of the sales amount are displayed in the table report item. Now, let's see how to represent the total of the sales amount using a Sparkline report item. Drag and drop the Sparkline report item from the item panel into the third column of the table. Click Data in the Properties panel. The Data panel will open. In the Data panel, you will see the fields in the dataset displayed. If you have multiple datasets, you can change the dataset using the Dataset dropdown. The numeric columns and numeric expressions are listed in the Measures section. And the remaining types of expressions and dimensions are listed in the Dimensions section. Drag the sales amount field from the Measures section to the Y-value section. By default, the sum aggregate function will be applied to the expression. You can change the aggregate function by clicking the Settings button. The context menu is displayed. By clicking the aggregate option, the list of aggregate methods will be displayed. You can also change the aggregate function using the expression option. Select the expression option to display the expression dialog. Then, drag the order date field from the Dimensions section to the Column section. After assigning the field, the Sparkline will be refreshed in the design area. Now, let's format the Sparkline report item. Click Properties. The Property panel will be displayed. The Name field represents the name of the Sparkline report item. Let's look at the properties under the Basic category. Choose Series is used to plot the series in the Sparkline. You can select the series from the Choose Series dropdown. For this demo, I choose the Sales Amount 1 series. Click the Edit button to edit the series. Using the Series property, you can change the chart type, chart series border, and series color. You can enable or disable smart labels, link a report or URL, show or hide markers, show data labels, assign a tooltip value, and custom attributes. In this demo, I changed the series color property to teal. Click the Back button. I have provided the documentation links for chart series in the video's description. Now, let's look at the properties under the Appearance category. Using them, you can change the Sparkline border style, color, and thickness, and the background color of the Sparkline. There are 5 border styles available: dashed, dotted, double, none, and solid. By default, solid is selected. You can also apply the property values using expressions. Click the icon next to the border style properties. And click Expression. You can assign the expression values to the properties using the list of options. I have provided the documentation link for how to set and reset expression values in the video description. Next, let's look at the properties under the Chart Area category, such as border width and color, and background color. The Show Border property is used to enable or disable the visibility of the Sparkline border. By default, the bright pastel color palette is selected for the Color Palette property. Let's look at the properties under the Node Data category. The Node Data property is used to display static text when a dataset results in empty or 0 rows at runtime. The font family, font size, font color, font style, and font weight properties are used to style the content for the Node Data message. The text entered in the message property will be displayed to the user when a dataset results in empty or 0 rows. I enter the message value Node Data to display. You can also disable the text by enabling the Hide Node Data feature. Click the icon next to the message property. and select Advanced. In the Advanced Properties, you will see Hide No Data. You will also see some other options to customize the No Data message. I have provided the documentation link for the No Data property in the video description for your convenience. Let's look at the properties under the Page Break category. The Page Break property is used to control the amount of information on each page when you preview the report. By default, none is selected as the break location value. I enable the Page Number Reset property. Next, we'll see the properties under the Position category. The Size property is used to change the width and height values of the Sparkline report item. Now, let's look at the properties under the Data Element category. A data element can be used to control the visibility of a report item when exporting the report in XML format. The Name property is used to assign a custom name to the subreport element for export. The name value cannot contain spaces, and it must begin with a letter followed by letters, numbers, or the underscore character. The Output property value will control the visibility of the subreport report item while exporting the report. The Auto and Output options export the subreport and its contents with the report. The No Output option leaves the subreport out. Next, we'll look at the properties under the Visibility category. The Visible option is used to show or hide the Sparkline report item while viewing the report. By default, it is visible. Toggle item is used to expand or collapse the report item based on the text box selection. Let's see the properties under the Miscellaneous category. The Page Name property is used to name the first worksheet of the Excel workbook when exporting the report to Excel format. You can set static or dynamic text as the page name using an expression. The Tooltip property can be used to display informative text or values when the user hovers over the report item in Report Preview. The Document Map property is used to assign the document map value for the subreport report item. A document map is a navigational feature that displays a separate side pane with a set of navigational links in hierarchical structure when you view a report. The Bookmark property allows the user to navigate to different parts of the RDL report. The value of the Bookmark property can be your own strings or an expression. The Custom Attribute property can be used to set values for custom properties. I have provided the documentation links for the Document Map, Custom Attribute, and Bookmark properties in the video description. Click the Preview button. You will see the sales trend value is visualized using the Sparkline report item. In this video, we saw how to visualize sales trends using Sparkline report items by adding one to the Report Designer control. Stay tuned to this channel for our upcoming videos on bold reports. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.